Morning, everybody. Henry's Coffee Shop Talk is going to be it's going to be called Saving Pennies. So I had a young person that wrote back a messenger on TikTok and asked me how I can give them advice on saving money on a very small budget. And I understand that. Trust me, I lived it. So you have to take a piece of paper at the top, or you can use an Excel spreadsheet or QuickBooks or something you can afford, something that don't cost anything. Don't spend money to do your budget, right? So this is just advice. I'm not no super expert. I just walk the walk, and I'm telling you how I'm doing it by talking to you. So here's what I did. Take your paper and write it down. I like an Excel spreadsheet. I learned how to use it. I Googled it. And what I did is I put in how much I made. I put down my mandatory expenses, right? I got my rent as low as I can. And I'll talk to you some tricks on that too. I'll tell you how I got my rent even lower. I'll tell you some tricks on it. It's called negotiating, and I'm going to try to help you with that. So we'll talk about that. So, how much you make, your needs, rent, mortgage, and or power and light, gas and heat, right? You got to have those essentials to live. Gasoline for your vehicle. A vehicle. Now those are your needs. Now you have to have a car, and nowadays you have to have a phone. Now, you can control these two needs. A lot of people don't know how to go in and negotiate a payment on their car. Car payments have gotten so crazy and out of control because people do what's called compulsive buying. Sellers of items want compulsive buyers. Compulsive buyers do not negotiate down prices, and they just pay what they give them. That's why we're in the situation in America the way we are. You got to have rent. You don't negotiate. You just compulsive pay the rent. You compulsive pay car payments. You compulsive pay with cell phones. This market knows you very well, you compulsive buyers. They know that you got to have a cell phone, and they also know that you'll put that over your needs. You got to manage your cell phone bill. How do you do that? You go get the lowest one. If it's the cheapest phone, so you can survive and have a phone that's decent, then that's what you do. It's not a need in a way. It's a need to have one so you can communicate, but not a need where you got to communicate with something that's costing you $300 to $500 a month when your budget doesn't have it. So you got to fix that cell phone need. That's your primary goal. Go find a lower one. Go get a better contract. You'll have to sacrifice on the cell phone so that you can put money away. That's no joke. I did it. Me and my wife had phones. We were paying $80 a month. I just, after 10 years, 15 years of having that bill, just broke out of it and bought new phones. We still have the base costs, but now we have the phone costs, so I'm at $130 a month. I wasn't going over $150, and we got decent updated phones just to handle the internet, just to stay up with data, to stay up. We're 60. My wife's even older than me, and we stay up with technology, and we're modern old people. Does that make sense? We're older, but we're modern. We understand at your age at 19 what your needs are and what you're going to have to survive in this country. Okay, so now you understand. Control the phone costs. You don't need to walk around with a $1,500 phone bragging to everybody. Let me tell you something. I learned really young, being poor, you don't have to have something cool and fancy to prove who you are. Who you are is how you actually act day to day. Not a phone, not a car, not clothes. Now, the other thing is a need, but it can be a controlled need. Clothes. How you spend your money, how you look, has to be controlled. I will go buy a pair of Levi's, but I'll buy them on sale. I don't always have to wear Levi's. I wear Levi's. I don't wear expensive slacks. I don't need to wear Levi's where I work. Wear expensive clothes where I work. And I picked that job, but it pays well. And I did that for a reason. You control your clothes buying. You don't have to impress anybody. If you're looking in courting a woman or a partner, right, I'll keep it fair, you don't need to be dressing like $1 million when you don't have it. The false facade that you're wearing expensive clothes and you have money will mislead the person you're courting, and then you'll have problems, and then you'll fail. I learned that really young, trust me. Okay, I married a person that was high maintenance, and it broke me. So you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want somebody's high maintenance. You want somebody that's believes in just an average day and can go. My wife, even though we have money, we go to a thrift store. That's how my wife thinks. I'm on board with that. We find good stuff and we find cheap stuff, and we're always being fueled with our pennies. You have to save pennies. You cut pennies with clothes, cell phone, and a car. If you got to drive a used car that can reliable and get you back and forth to work, then that's what you do. You can't set your car goal up to a Porsche or a Mercedes or a Benz or a Lamborghini or things you don't have. Trust me, I could go buy me a very expensive car right now, but why would I spend all my pennies on that car when I don't need it? So you got to control that compulsive disorder of having something and showing somebody you have something, and yet in your apartment you live in squander. You don't have any furniture. You live in a pig pen. You can't afford it. You see what I'm saying? So once you figure out your expenditure, then you look at how many pennies you have left. I pinch a penny. That's where that story come from with people. Don't have a pot to piss in. Go look these things up. How to pinch a penny. Don't have a pot to piss in. Go look up where these things come from in our history, and then you'll understand those. I have a pot to piss in. I saved my pennies. If I see a penny on the ground, I pick it up, and I say, thank you, God, for giving me a penny. And people around me laughed at me. Just the other day at work, we have this big, we call it a bucket. It's a square box. It's probably 48 by 48, right? And it's heavy. And we use it to lift things in it and go inside the submarine. So in the bottom, I'm always looking. I saw 2 pennies at the bottom. This is a true story. So I'm a short guy. I can barely get over the top to get to the bottom. And I put the tub edge into my belly and I slipped over it and I got the 2 pennies. I put those 2 pennies in my car. I put them in a jug at home. I pinch pennies. There's a reason why you pinch pennies. When you learn how to pinch pennies and save a penny, you'll learn how to save money and you'll appreciate every penny that you have. When you walk past a penny on the ground and you don't feel that you're obligated to pick it up and it has no meaning to you, then you can't save money. You're going to fail. You have to have the mindset every penny you see laying around has got some monetary value in your life. You do that and you put that penny away, I can firstly promise you, if you stay on track with that, pinching that penny, you're going to be successful and you'll have money by the time you're 30, 40, 50 years old. You'll have it before I did. I had nobody to coach me, help me, talk to me, and tell me how to pinch pennies. I learned it myself. I learned it with the current wife that I have for 26 years. She's a penny pincher. And she looks nice. She dresses nice. We live nice. We have a lot of pennies in our bank account, more than you can count. You do that by pinching pennies, and you look on the ground, and you see that penny, and you pick it up. You see that penny on a counter, you pick it up. You see it anywhere, you pick it up. Pinch pennies. So that's the other one. Write that down. Pinch pennies. Now, with your money left over, every human being's got what's called a WIFM. What's in it for me? I use this all the time. Say it again. WIFM. What's in it for me? Your mind has a little small pill inside of it, size of a penny, no joke, right? Pinching pennies in your brain, and it's that WIFM. What's in it for me? You have to have what's a satisfying adventure in your month to month, right? You don't always have to have money to have a good adventure. It pays off to have it, but you can put yourself on a budget. So find something that makes you happy. If it's going to a park and just sitting there and looking at the birds and the people walking and socializing, then do that, because you'll save pennies by doing that. It's inexpensive. If it's going to a cheap movie theater and watching a cheap movie, good luck in trying to find that. Or a dollar show, then you go to the dollar show. You pinch pennies. Watch where you eat. You don't have to eat out and spend a lot of money. Go around and see where you can save the buck. I can tell you the restaurants will save you a buck, and I can tell you the restaurants will take your money and they'll give you nothing in return. It's really the food sucks, right? So you got to watch where you spend your money on what you eat. You have to eat more healthier so you have less issues when you get older, and that's a tough thing because healthier foods do cost a little bit more, but you can put those in your diet. You can pinch pennies and watch your grocery bill. You don't need to buy all the sugar treats and the soda and the energy drinks. Cut those out of your budget. Write them down. If you're buying energy drinks at $2, $3, $4 a can, you're not pinching pennies. You're pissing away money. As I had to talk about pissing away money. If you smoke cigarettes, you're pissing away money. You eat cigarettes, you're pissing away money. These high energy drinks, which are dangerous and are killing your liver and your body and your pancreas and causing people to have cancer and die early, you're pissing away your money. Stop doing those. Look at how much you spend on those and write it down. Be pinching penny on things that you put in your mouth that you don't need to put in your mouth. You're going to find out you'll have diabetes, you'll get obesity, you'll hypertension, and then you're going to be on medication, and then you're going to be sick, and then you can't work, and then you're going to really be in trouble. So you got to look at all that stuff when you're 19 years old. You're not trained by your parents to do this because they don't know themselves, because they were in the same cycle of the human cycle that's in America that we don't teach our youth and our families how to live and pinch pennies. We don't want to do that. We'll tell you to put your money in IRAs and trap it, and then we'll hold it as a government and not want to give it back to you until you're 67. You may not live to 67 because you're drinking all these high energies, you're vaping, you're doing cigarettes, you're alcoholic, right? And they know you're not going to get there, but you have all your money trapped into a 401k. Don't like them, don't agree with them. TSPs, they call them now, they're still 401k. IRAs, they're all, to me, my personal opinion, they're all garbage. They trap your money. And then when you go to use it because you need it, they want to charge you more taxes on it because you took it out early. Think about it. Put it in. We'll give you a little tax break. We'll pat you on the back. We'll make you feel good. And then when you pull it out, we want to put the screw to you. So be careful with those, right? So now you cut out all the excess crap in your diet and your life, right? You realize you're spending $200 a month on this shit. So now you have $200 in your pocket. Of that $200, make sure you do something else that's good for you that's cheaper. That's going to the park. Maybe it's surfing. Maybe it's in a canoe. Find a cheap hobby you can distract yourself with. Maybe it's running. You get yourself a decent pair of shoes, a decent pair of headphones that works with your phone. You've cut money there. Now you go out and you exercise, right? Find something where you get a small gym membership. Now you're saving $200 a month because you're not buying all that junk and filling your body with crap. Maybe you can go to a gym and pay a gym fee, and you can have a place to go out and socialize with people and work out. And then you can make your body fitter. So you got to find things when you take this other junk, right, that's filling the brain with happiness, and you get rid of it to save pennies. Now you got more pennies, right? So you're looking at them, and now you take that money and take that 150 that you saved or 100 you saved and put it into a money market CD with the bank. The government does not control that. The bank controls that. You have minimum is a year. You get one you can go in and out of. You ask the question, can I draw out of it and put money in it? And how much can I put in it? Right now, my bank is running $50 to open it. It's unlimited. I can put 300, 500, 600,000 in it. They don't think most average people can do that. Well, some people can. I'm just saying. And you make a percentage on it. I have one that's pulling over $1,000 a month. I'm making all my combined are making $4,000 as residual income coming off that CD. You're going to be starting small. Your mind's going to say, wow, it ain't growing very fast. You have to save. You got to understand you made $5. That's more pennies. That's how you got to look at it. But you got to have that mindset that a penny means something to you. That every penny earned, every penny gained, your life's going to get better by a penny. If you don't have that mindset, then you ain't going to be able to save crap. You have to start that way. So your needs, all the extra stuff that you're filling your life with that makes you happy, trim them down, make them better for you, make your health better, get rid of that shit. You don't need to rot your teeth out. You don't need to poison your liver. You don't need to have obesity. You don't need to have all these issues, right? All these things are a gimmick to get you trapped. All these extra things that you take are nothing but a trap. So get rid of the smoking. Get rid of the vaping. Get rid of the energy drinks. That Starbucks coffee at $8. Get rid of it. That's $8 of pennies. Imagine stacking those up on the table. Draw yourself a vision of $8 in pennies. That's a lot of freaking pennies, right? Think about it. Put that $8 into that 5% CD. Every penny you can put in there will make you money. If you can't afford to buy it and you don't have cash, do not buy it. If you can control your spending, get yourself a cashback card from your bank. Use it to pay bills and stuff and get cash back. Take them pennies, pay it on that cashback card, right? And that'll help put more pennies in your pocket. Use it wisely. Control yourself. Write rules down for yourself. Set rules and barriers on your card. You have to set rules for yourself. If you don't set rules for yourself, then you're not going to be able to save money. That's my advice to you. That's how I became where I'm at, and that's what I have now in my bank. I have a lot of freaking pennies saved, and I keep saving them every day. I went and got tires for my vehicle. I shopped around. I found out what tires I wanted. I didn't have to have the Mercedes tires and spend $2,000 on my truck. I got it down to $1,300 with tax. I used my cash back at the club that I bought it from. I got $80 back there. I got $60 back there. Those are pennies I put away. Paid towards the tires of the truck. I got the money to go pay the whole bill off. I'm not going to. I take and put more pennies in the bank, and then I take some of the pennies and I pay my bill. I put more pennies in the bank, then I pay my bill. I put more pennies in the bank, and then I pay my bill. That's what you got to do. That's how you manage your life and your income, and you save money and you make money. Get a money market CD that you can go in and out of. They're paying 5%, and start making pennies on your dollar. You only pay taxes on what the interest you incurred. You'll get a 1099 from the bank at the end of the year for taxes. And when you first start doing this, it may not be a lot. It may be a few bucks. But let me tell you something. If you have one more penny than you had the day before, you're getting rich. If you have that mindset, you will make money and you'll put it away and you'll become very, very lucrative. If you do not have that mindset and you think I'm nuts, then don't listen to me. And all I got to say to you is good luck. I know how many pennies I got. And I can show you. And I show people. Here's something else I do that most rich people do not do. Is I show young candidates and I show people, even strangers, what's in my bank account. And there's a reason why I do it. Because proof's in the pudding. I could talk it all day long. I don't dress like it. I don't wear a Rolex watch. I don't wear a $2,000 or $1,000 or even an $800 watch. I wear general fitness watch. I wear general clothes. And I walk around amongst everybody else and they have no idea what I own, what I have. But when a young kid, a young gentleman or a young lady or a young person wants to know, and I tell them this story and I show them my bank account, how many pennies I've saved up for the past 20 years and where I'm at in life and what I have, it makes a difference. And I'm telling you how to do it. You can reach out with me. I'm trying to put this on the internet because I'm 60, going to be 61. I do not know how much longer I'm going to be walking on this planet. But I want to share something I learned from 10 years old until 61. That's 51 years of experience. And I want to share it to whoever's out there and try to help their life to be a little bit better. And don't feel like you can't make it. It's no way. There's no path forward. It's not true. There is. Just stay focused. Just stay positive. Tell yourself every day you can do it. And you'll make it. That's facts and that's the truth. All right, that's Henry's Coffee Shop Talk for the day. Save your pennies. I'll post some more. And I'll keep talking. If there's a topic you want me to talk about and I want to share with you, send it to me. Because my brain's running 300 miles an hour. There's things that I want to share and experiences and things I want to talk about. Some I can't. Due to my job and where I'm located, I'm tabooed from talking about it. But let me tell you something. I'm a very knowledgeable person. The most dangerous person on the planet is somebody that's self-taught. And that's me. All right? Have a great day. Have a great Monday. This year is already half over. It's amazing how quick time flies. And I'll do a topic on that one day too. All right, thank you. And to that young gentleman that's 19 years old out there, or that female, or that person, keep your head high, save your pennies, and don't give up. Trust me. And work hard. If you got to work a second job and put those pennies away, then you work a second job. You don't think when you're young that you have to work more. I worked more when I was younger, and now I have to work less that I'm older. Trust me, when you get older, it gets harder to even work more, or even work at the average. It's really hard, because when you get older, your body ages, and it just naturally slows you down. You have no choice in it. My brain is healthy and wants to go, but the machine that my brain sits into, the hands and arms and legs, they just can't do it no more. It's just the way it is. It wears out, and it just can't do it. All right, have a great day. Henry out.